on over here where my Switch has definitely not got bored. We're missing a player, never mind. Welcome in, everybody. How is it going? Welcome to Doomnite League season. Oops. Don't worry about the malice. Don't worry. He's vibing. He's vibing. He's living his best life. We got Skysliders versus Phantastic Academy tonight. We got 6 teams going up against each other in a best-of-3 draft mode league to gain points. This is tonight's schedule. Round 1 is going to be Skysliders versus Phantastic Academy. Round 2 going to be Shadowhound versus Venoshock. And round 3 is Machampions versus Midnight Rain. That's our game plan. The current scores, oh, that disappeared really fast, is as follows. Midnight Rain, Machampions, and Skysliders looking to pick up some points today, while Venoshock, Phantastic Academy, and Shadowhounds are all gunning for their second point. Sounds fantastic. Phenomenal, right? Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm your host, Mistress Doom. How are you? All right, I'm going to start the teams. I'm going to start the draft picking. Always a fun time. Zachary, how you doing? Get comfortable. We're in for the long haul. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Seriously though, Omega, thank you so much for that much support. 110 stream streak is crazy. I think when people reach 100 stream streak, I'll allow a VIP for a while. A VIP for a month seems deserved. All right, we're on to the draft picks. Let me focus up here on this commentating. On our right side, we've got Phantastic Academy, who are going to be banning, it seems to be. We've got a Gengar ban from the left side. Seeing a Blissey ban from Phantastic Academy. No, don't thank me. Don't you Uno reverse card me. No, thank you for the support. Seriously, it's crazy, and I really appreciate it. It makes me really emotional. We're seeing an Umbreon ban coming in from Skysliders from Jimmy. Jimmy banning the Umbreon. Hooper and Blissey banned from Phantastic Academy. So what are we going to be seeing the players pick up in this moment now? Very, very curious to see what they're going to be picking. We're in a speedster meta right now, everybody. I could be better, to be honest with you. Something I was looking for to getting fell through and I was denied. Oh, I'm so sorry, Shadow Dinosaur. I really hope things pick up for you. I'm really sorry that's happened to you. Life can certainly be a rough one, but I'm here to help lift the pain of life for just a little bit with community events and good vibes. That's all I really ever try to achieve. Burden Speed is here, picking up the Crossel, the Wall. Nico Gamer is picking up a Speedster. Speedster's just got a new stat added to them, which has made them kind of crazy, and Meowscarada is one that has benefited from that. Tumble picking up, Griff's picking up Chandelier. Interesting. Legend Z to A looks amazing, but I do question why they chose 2 Joe starters. But Totodile, my boy. Seeing Tumble picking up the Tinkaton, which is super exciting. Oh, thank you for the help. Kentai is picking up the tree. We're seeing Shiro pick up the Tita. Omega gifting the Shadow Dinosaur sub. Thank you so much. Omega, you're almost on tier 5 of the Hounduminati. That's fucking crazy. Holy crap. Excuse my language. I'm normally so much more professional on these. Menina picking up Blastoise. Jimmy picking up Mewtwo Y. Interesting. Apollo's taken up the Cinderace. And Native Weeb, what are they going to be grabbing? There's room for support to get the Rainbow team going. Aw, Omega, that's really kind of you to try and help cheer up the Shadow Dinosaur. I hope a gift sub and a collar makes you feel better, Shadow Dinosaur, because I know a collar always makes me feel better. Oh, you're fist bumping in chat. That's so fucking cute. Holy crap. Damn, that's adorable. You're too nice. Y'all are too nice. I love you guys so much. You're so good. Oh, Navewee's picking up Comfey. This is some interesting picks here. Okay, Jimmy and Griff have switcherooed here, because I was very confused why Griff picked Chandelier, not gonna lie. Was a bit lost on that one. But interesting picks going on here for the teams. We've got 2 villains for Skysliders. Both Griff and Jimmy from Team Venoshock have stepped up to the plate. Want to hear a crazy story? I'd love to hear a crazy story. You lay that crazy story on me. You lay it on me. And I will appreciate it while I yell loudly about Unite games at you. And also acknowledge it, because we're a vibe. Crossel, Tinkaton, Mewtwo, Blastoise, and Chandelier for Skysliders. Meowscarada, Tyranitar, Trevenant, Cinderace, and Comfey for Phantastic Academy. I had the cable company and plum shop at the exact same time, and both of them ended up calling the cops on each other. What? All right, I'm gonna need an elaboration on that story. What? How does that happen? How does that happen? Why did they call the cops on each other? Yeah, I'm gonna need more. Plumber said cable company was blocking them from moving in the driveway. Cables gets Plumber's threatened to knock him off his ladder. What the fuck? Crazy story. I live in Wales, but I'm not Welsh. All right, you're the purple team is Sky Sliders. You're orange team, Phantastic Academy. Let's see how this goes. Like I said, Phantastic Academy have really been coming into their own in this tournament, which is very great to see. We got Burning Speed and Tumble on the top lane as Tinkaton and Crossel. We got Chandelure and Blastoise on the bot lane, and we're seeing Griff take the mantle as jungler for Sky Sliders. While on Phantastic Academy side, they've managed to get a stack in, with Shiro stacking with a Comfey on him, a T-Tar and a Comfey. It's going to be kind of annoying for the early ones. Right now, coming in with a tier 1 subscribe for 35 months. Muchly appreciated. Thank you so heckin' much for the support. How did my Switch get bored that quickly? Let's go Phantastic. Let's go. Let's get it. We're looking sharp. We're seeing some counter stacks going on here. Are you winning, son? I'm watching tournaments. I cannot possibly lose. Some nice entertainment while I eat my sushi. How you doing, Costas? How's it going? How's the sushi? Alrighty. Show us a fantastic game. We're seeing them. We'll be going for contested things soon. We've seen some stacks being gathered at top. We haven't seen a jungle gank up top. It seems relatively quiet up here. Meanwhile, down bottom, we are seeing the Mewtwo has ganked down bot. Jimmy and Griff working together with Menina to try and push Phantastic Academy a little bit. Not got any points crossing the goal. Griff trying to make sure he doesn't die. Then almost taking out Nico Gamer. Manages to take out the Nico Gamer. Just a Cinderace left to defend. A Cinderace with no name, by the way. I don't know what happened there. Apollo has no name. Menina looking a little bit like they need some HP, and now Kentoy is going to go and get a stack, followed by Apollo, who's just there to offer a bit of support. But Chandelure is pushing them back. Almost got a KO on them. The KO is on. Oh, Crossel is a menace. Don't you hype train. Don't hype train. No hype trains. Apollo looking pretty low, being taken out by them. They're going to get some points across down bottom. Actually, if they get this off, this is 60 points across the board, which is a huge amount of points to be going across the board in the early game. They are pushing hard down bottom. Menina looking a little worse for wear. I keep losing the names of players. It's weird. Up top, we're seeing a pushback. Spriggs gifting Sweet Kiwi Dog a sub. Y'all are too kind. Enjoy your collar. Welcome to the Hound Pound. It ain't over till it's over. We're only 2 minutes into this game. Up top, we're seeing them keep things pretty chill. T-Tar, not quite a T-Tar yet, but will be a menace eventually. We're now going to be seeing people maneuvering down to the objectives they want. It looks like we're seeing Skysliders pushing pretty hard at bottom. Now Jimmy's going to dunk another 15 into the goal. Nico Gamer's there to try and take him out. Takes out Menina. Jimmy taking on Nico Gamer. Getting kind of beat up a little bit here. Taken out, but Chris trying to come in and clear. He's trying to keep it. Kentai's going to try and get a goal in there. Try to get a dunk. Griff's going to keep them at bay. Keep on pushing. Shooting as many auto attacks as he can, as a Mewtwo does best. We're seeing Cinderace joining up as well. I remember when this game dropped and Cross was a menace. Oh, Cross was never not a menace. Always a menace. We got Mega Mewtwo now. It looks like Menina and Mewtwo are focusing on the objective. Meanwhile, Nico Gamer is going to get a cheeky stack. Jimmy's going to try and keep them busy. Regieleki is taken and going towards Phantastic Academy's side of things. And Griff is able to secure the bottom goal as well. And now we're seeing a push of 3 of the players of Phantastic Academy pushing it. Meowscarada unite to try and get some damage across the board here, but Menina is able to push them off. Now we're focusing on the tree. Tree's gone for a bit of a stun. Blastoise using their unite. Tree goes down. Are we going to be seeing them take this tier 1 goal? And are they going to get a spicy overcap? Menina grabbing some extra points. Jimmy putting the goal down to 1 so Menina can do a 36 overdunk. Manages to keep them pushed off of it. It looks like Sky Sliders are pushing a lot of points across the board here. We're seeing another conflict down bottom. Chandelure unite, but Chandelure goes down. Phantastic Academy looking a little low, but have taken out most people that were pushing over at this point. So they're able to just get themselves some XP. Thank you for the level 1 hype train, by the way, chat. It's muchly appreciated. You're one sub away from level 2. Choo-choo! I have to make a subtle one for this stream. I try to keep the chaos reserved to other streams. We're so professional on these. We're now seeing Menina push back K-Dog and Apollo. And we're also seeing a bit of a push. Griff has gone up top and is helping with the fight up top. They do seem to be going. The Tinkaton, the Crustle, and the Mewtwo pushing back. 122 to 213 points right now. It is still anybody's game. Anybody could get a game here. Looks like they're focusing their attention on up top now. We've got objectives spawning both top and bottom. Trying to keep themselves to themselves a little bit. It's like we're on Remote Stadium again. We might be seeing a push down here as they start prepping themselves. Burning Speed has made it to help and assist Jimmy. Chandelier pumping out a bunch of damage. Oh, and they take out both the Phantastic Academy's players, and now they're able to just go onto this Registeel and try to secure it for themselves. Almost there, but as that's happening, Phantastic Academy have got the top goal. They are now pushing points over. They managed to take it. Nico Gamer fishing to get some points into that tier 2, and it looks like they might just do it. We do see jump pads up, but they do get it across. Just a little too late on the jump pad there, and Phantastic Academy are able to get the points across. 220 to 213. Phantastic Academy now in the lead. Doesn't seem like Skysiders are quite content with that. I do seem to be seeing Menina was pushing against the T-Tar, Comfey, and Tree, and we've got Cinderace down there. Crustle's going to have a bit of a tough time defending this. 1 minute 27 until Rayquaza. Oh, it ain't over till it's over yet. The levels are currently in favor of Team Skysliders, but one good kill from Phantastic Academy will be enough. Mewtwo Unite used at 313, managing to take out both Cinderace and Trevenant. We've got no objectives going here yet. Farming is probably what we're going to be seeing people try to do now. Or I'm lying. It actually looks like Menina is given a bit of a push there to get the birds, try to deny some XP from Phantastic Academy. Can they get themselves out of this sticky situation? 3 of Phantastic Academy. Crustle's come in to try and help, just a little too late. Slow Spray has been dropped. Crustle putting in a lot of damage, but taken out 2 by the sheer number of them. Just too many. We got a Meowscarada, a Cinderace, and a Trevenant. That's a lot of damage that could be pushed across and stunned. Jimmy is just vibing back here. And now the Trevenant. Thank you for the hype train. We've got the Trevenant, the Tyranitar, and Comfey are up top, poised to get potentially a quick rip on this Aleki that's going to spawn, but we're going to be seeing people get into their Rayquaza positions now. This is the 2 minutes we wait for, chat. The 2 minutes where people are all gathering for this Rayquaza, and gathering they are. Jimmy a little bit over on this one at the moment. He's just vibing. T-Tar coming from the top, coming around to try and flank, grabs the Speed Berry. It is a very close battle. Caught by Burning Speed. They're jumping on the T-Tar. They're trying to do it. Comfey drops its Unite, and it's Slow Spray, so the T-Tar gets out. We're seeing down goes the Meowscarada. Still a lot of damage going on. It looks like Trevenant is down. Meowscarada is down. Cinderace is down. But we've got a Comfey and a T-Tar still going. Lots of damage being pumped into the T-Tar though, and they're able to take it. Now the Comfey is taken down as well. Cinderace has respawned though, and they are... Oh, I'm sorry. The game just decided we were looking that way now. Controller drift. How does it happen so quick? They're on the Ray. They're trying to shred, and they're able to secure it. Skysliders are able to take it, and now they just need to dunk some points over. They desperately need to get at least one set of points over to win this game. And they're able to. 100 points in by the Blastoise. We're seeing Tinkaton go for the mid. Are we seeing another 100 points go in? We are pushing them into a 413 lead to 220 points. And we see both Griff and Jimmy are already poised at the goals, ready to defend. T-Tar looks like it's making its way to the top. One Tumble joining up with them at the top. It's a bit of a sit and wait. T-Tar taking that move to go to the bottom objective. Jimmy managing to stun them, do a lot of damage into them. T-Tar is fleeing out of there, does not want to take on that Chandelier One member of them down. Blastoise is currently out for Sky Sliders, and Phantastic Academy do have a Cinderace out. Tito wondering if it's any chance to go. Have they left the goal? They haven't. Can't seem to find an opening. 13 seconds to go. The points are in Sky Sliders' favor right now. Seeing a Trevenant Unite come out. Chandelier Unite coming out. Can't quite stop that Trevenant from getting its dunk. Those 60 points across for Phantastic Academy, and the game is cooked. This one's cooked. Take it out of the oven, folks. This one is a tasty pie of finishness. Will it be Sky Sliders or Phantastic Academy? We saw some points go across at the end for Phantastic Academy, but was it enough? Sky Sliders taking it with a 100+ point lead. Point one, going to Sky Sliders. Menina getting MVP for Sky Sliders. And we see Nico Gamer getting MVP for Phantastic Academy. Now it's the fun change places shuffle around that we get to do. Which is so that we can do the different picks. So they're going to quickly shuffle their way around. But if Sky Sliders wins this next one, they're getting points on the board. I'm the one that got distracted. Thank you. That's okay, Wolfie. We got plans. You can come down this way. All right, it's the banning phase. Phantastic Academy get the first ban. Sky Sliders taking the second ban. That's why we do a little shuffle waffle. What are we going to see being banned? Is Apollo banning? The Crossel is out of here. You're right. I guess the Crossel was a menace. Cooking quick dinner. I had a stir fry. It was lovely. I love a good bit of teriyaki chicken. I love going to SunnyCon because there's a tappanyaki place that we go to, and I love going there. On the other side, we're seeing Burning Speed saying no to that Comfey. Comfey Tita was a menace. We do not want to see any more of that. On the other side, for Phantastic Academy, are they taking the Gengar ban? They are. Meowscarada and Comfey out of here for Sky Sliders, and Gengar and Crossel out of there for Phantastic Academy. The Crossel caused enough of a menace that people did not want to see it anymore. Just me and my pots for dinner. So, oh, Chinese takeout. What you getting, Haley? What's the vibe? Nico Gamer's picking up Talonflame. Another one of the very, if not most broken of the current new speedsters that get to invade. We do need to see, Wolfie. I normally like to do like one trip a year where we just go away as a crew, like the mod team that want to go, and the Team Doom team have a couple of days to just hang out and do fun stuff. Gonna say 500 to afford a weekend ticket in a room. Yeah, it's hotels, isn't it? That's what gets me for MCM too. It's hotels. Chow mein and roast duck. Ooh, fancy. We're seeing Naveweed picking the Snorlax. Professor Malice taking that Mewtwo from them. Tumble bringing out the Machamp. Griffalo on the Pikachu. Menina on the Blastoise. Burning Speed, what are you picking up? What is your fancy? Oh, look at Spaceman rooting for Haley. It's been very cute seeing you two duo up through Master Ranking. Through the ranked climb. It's been very cute to see that. I love when the community support each other. Makes me very happy. Makes me a happy mommy. Mama Doom is always very happy. She calls me a troll, Doom. Oh, well. I mean, I have a clip. Haley, did you call them a troll? That's very Unite player. Rhino's Apollo picked up Venusaur, and Shiro has picked up the Goodra, and we're seeing a fuck ton of all-rounders on Sky Sliders' side. Jeez. We saw a lot of ranged attackers. Oh, it's okay, Haley. I call Jimmy a troll all the time. Don't worry. Well, actually, I call him House Bitch. You can't beat the devil out of me on this scene. I didn't set up Tangier alert. Should I bring them on? Should I grab them? Hold up. Hold up. Let me find them. I got a lot of browsers. You gotta bear with me. Bear with me. Hold up. I'll bring them. I'm getting them. There you go. Now the chaos is there. The chaos of the Tangier alerts are here now. I'm sorry, I owe you a beat the devil out of it. I'll beat the devil out of Malice when he turns up. I don't queue with the community often because I'm a bad luck charm. No. Oh, dude, randoms have been terrible. On the side of Phantastic Academy, we got Talonflame, Snorlax, Mewtwo, Venusaur, and Goodra. And, on the opposing side, Skysiders, we've got Blastoise, Machamp, Pikachu, Buzzwole, and Scizor. So many all-rounders. Welcome on in, your Rowlet boyfriend. How you doing? I go by Decky Doomy when it comes to Unite content, but I'm also Mr. Doom. Our purple team is now Phantastic Academy. Our orange team, Skysliders. Let's see how it goes. What is it looking like at the bottom? We are seeing Native Weeb. Oh, God, why? Apollo is I fucking hate that thing. God, why do we have... I have a bunch of jump scares for 100 bits, by the way, so you can torture me if you really want. They're all as an option in a tab. We have a Snorlax Venusaur combo down bot against Pikachu Blastoise. Up top, we've got Machop, Buzzwole versus Goodra, and I can't see through Swole Man. Swole. He's so swell. Yeah, the puppet fucking sucks. The puppet sucks. Hate the puppet. We are seeing a bit of a conflict going on up top, and we are seeing the Buzzwole get taken down. Jimmy P. Doom trying to fight off Professor Malice. Actually, Malice has jumped in. Malice is playing. I repeat, Malice has stepped into the playing field this time to help them out. Tumble and Jimmy P. Doom at the top. Are we pulling a respect your elders card? You gotta respect me. I'm old, chat. I'm old. Old yell at me already. We have a gank going on up top. The Machop is still a little guy. Scizor trying to push them off. Buzzwole also up here. But I imagine we're going to see a bird join in the fray real soon. I thought Redeems would have been turned off. Why the hell not? You think our YouTubes are going to care about a jump scare puppet getting them while they just watch their Unite? It'll keep them awake. But Phantastic Academy completely cleared through that top lane, by the way, dunking a buttload of points across the map there. 57 points across up top. A bit of a rough one. It was very impressive point dunking, as it said. Cream soda flavor Pepsi. My mom loves cream soda. I don't see the appeal. We're gathering in mid for the 8-minute birds. It seems like Phantastic Academy have a lot of map control going on. Grouping up a lot and having a lot of control this time on the map. We'll see people congregating. It looks like Skysiders are taking the opportunity. Griff dunking 30 across and bot goal very cheekily. Venusaur's coming out there to slap him, saying, that's not okay. Volt tackle from the Pikachu, followed by an Electro Ball. Jimmy's come down to try and help, but the Venusaur took out a bunch. Jimmy takes out the Snorlax. Can he get the Venusaur? He does! Another 30 points look to be going across the board from Skysliders. Jimmy managing to dunkety-dunk them. Actually, he's just getting stacked up. Look at him go. There's so many nommy points for him to just get himself stacked. He's taking it. He's going to break the goal on an overcap here. Manages to do it before Native Weeb can stop him, but he is also kind of up there on his own. Menina and Griffalo are there. Menina unevolved at the moment, so if they can help in with some kills and potentially get evolved. Seems like Nico Gamer is able to clear out as Talonflames do. Griffalo is in a very dangerous position. The Solar Beam from the Venusaur takes him out, and it looks like Phantastic Academy have control of the map here. Counter dunking 31 points with the Talonflame and being pretty uncontested for going for this Reggie Ice. Feeling bad that it's a Reggie Ice. I'm a fine-aged wine. Exactly. We all are. Anyone who's old, we're fine wine. We're aging like fine wine, and don't have anyone tell you otherwise. You're aging beautifully. That's what I have to say to my doctor all the time. She's like, it could be an age thing. And I'm like, I'm aging so gracefully. Ooh, and Phantastic Academy clearing out the bot lane. They're going to take this goal. Duncan 10 points. It's going to be an overcap now. Nico Gamer going in for the overcap, getting those extra points across the board. Up top, it seems Skysliders are fighting on goal. It's a Goodra, so it could probably do it for a while. Machoke is still on Machoke right now. But two all-rounders. Professor Malice coming in to be like, get off my goal. And now they're probably going to be able to push points back. Actually, Jimmy and Tumble are there to try and stop them. It is a big old grouping, though. Menina and Griff are still down bottom. So Sky Sliders have a tough time holding out here. Native Weave managing to take them out. Jimmy is not going to be able to survive this. Burning Speed gets there, but it's a 1-by-1 massacre going on. Griff has turned up, but there's no way a Pikachu without Unite is dealing with this entire push. So Phantastic Academy are absolutely getting their points across, putting them into a lead of 203 to 132, and they're going to be pretty uncontested on this Reggie Alecki. It seems like it's going to be a very uncontested. Spaceman is younger than me. Oh, Spaceman, you young'un. You youths of today. Burning Speed coming to take on this Alecki. Not going to be seeing a push from Phantastic Academy here. Wondering where they're going to go. Hey, you youth of today, do you say skibbity unironically? Do you unironically say skibbity? No. Okay, that's good. I respect you. Let's not be skibbitying unironically. I don't have that level of brain. I'm proud of you for that. I'm glad. The map control that Phantastic Academy have this game is pretty strong. Burning Speed taking on Nico Gamer and Shiro. Actually, Native Weeb is there to help out, and it's just a no more Buzzwole. Down bot, we are seeing a little bit of a fight. Jimmy is a bit on his own here. His team haven't quite grouped with him just yet. It's that Sigma mindset. He'll get there. It's not goaded with the sauce, you know? We're seeing the fight now. It's happening. And it looks like we do see Pika Unite come out. Doesn't manage to shred through much. We see the Goodra go down, but we see two members of Sky Sliders go down. Jimmy left alone here, not going to be able to hold out. And it looks like Phantastic Academy are going to be able to get this Regice relatively uncontested. There's still not that many points in it. It is still completely possible to make it, but right now Phantastic Academy have a level advantage, and they have the ability. That's so cute that you guys have made this little friendship. It's adorable, honestly. It really warms my heart, my broken heart. She bullies me. Hey, we all bully people we care for. It's just how it goes. There's a bit of setup going on. Sky Sliders are grouping for this objective, not wanting an Alecki to be heading towards their tier 2. Everyone's playing it a bit safe right now. Native Weeb is going for the bush check. Manages to catch the Pika. Pika throwing an Electro Ball. Native Weeb taking a good chunk of damage. Blastoise throwing the Unite out at 250 to try and push through. We're seeing a lot of people. I think we see Machamp Unite as well now. Pikachu throwing in some Electro Balls, hoping to do it. Jimmy goes down. Down goes the Buzzwole. Down goes the Blastoise. Down goes the Pikachu. And down like dominoes they go. And Phantastic Academy go uncontested for this Reggie Alecki, the final Alecki of this game. Are they going to be pushing it? They got 30 seconds to be pushing. If they get wiped, it's going to be bad. But down goes Buzzwole. They're pushing hard. Griffalo running for his life. The official Quaxley. How you doing? How's it going? Welcome on in. Oof, and down goes Jimmy. Griffalo on his own getting pushed here. They get the Alecki in. A bunch of points are going to be going across this board now. The goal is almost broken. In fact, the goal is gone skis. Over to Rayquaza. This is looking real bad for Sky Sliders right now. Native Weeb currently keeping two of Sky Sliders busy. Professor Malice in the back for support there. Native Weeb does go down. Griffalo uses his Unite to try and get him to go away. This Rayquaza fight looks kind of cooked for Sky Sliders, but they really are trying to pull it back here. Down goes the Goodra. Two of Phantastic Academy are down. Menina trying to keep them out of it. Griffalo a little low on HP, throwing an Electro Ball. Malice trying to get in, but we're seeing that the Blastoise is trying to keep them out. Malice goes around the other way. But they are able to do it. They did it. They took out 3 of Phantastic Academy, and Sky Sliders got the Rayquaza. They need to get 300 points or so across for this to really count for them. Jimmy dunks his. Over it goes. 314 to 345. 368 to 345. It's still so remarkably close and a minute to go. They can't afford to get wiped out right now. It's such a tentative lead. Jimmy's trying to get out of there. He's stuck in a fight with some scary things. He takes out the Talonflame. He's still fighting with the Venoshock with the yeah, that was shocking. That is crazy. That's that way. Jimmy is up to full HP again. Takes out Apollo. It's going to dunk even more points now. Are we going to see a pushback? 30-second pushback in Jimmy We Trust? I don't know about that. His team are next. And guess who he's got as a sub this week? My guy gets, what a comeback, right? Sky Sliders, man. And they're at home now dunking. They aren't able to get the 50 points over. Nico Gamer is keeping it bay. Jimmy's there to help out too, pushing Menina. They don't... I didn't actually see it. Sliders are slipping into taking the game from behind. It looks like it. Phantastic Academy had such map control, but they just kept them out of there and got the Rayquaza. That's crazy. Which team is going to be taking the points here? I honestly lost count of the points, but it was so close. It was so close. And in the end, it seems to have gone to Sky Sliders. They picked up their first point on the board this season. And it comes from being Phantastic Academy. I have to bear with me while I do the points. There's a lot of things. Sky Sliders picking up a point. Congratulations to Sky Sliders. Who we got MVP? Jimmy P. Doom getting MVP for Sky Sliders, and Shiro, the ever so lovable Gudra, getting it. GG's. Well played, everybody around. I joined late, but I'll watch the next one if there's not. There's 2 more sets to go. So let's take a look at the current scoreboards. Currently, Sky Sliders are on the board with a point, taking a point from Phantastic, who are going to be sitting on 1 point for this week. Machampions and Midnight Rain are looking to get a point, and I believe they are facing each other this week, so the point is potentially there to be grabbed. But that's our current scores. Coming up today, we got Shadowhand versus Venoshock coming up as the next match. But
enough about that. It's time to get into the draft. So again, on the blue side, we have Shadowhands, and on the right side, we have Veno. Oh, I'm seeing we're having a slight little issue here. Maybe I can correct that. How does that work? Okay, need a little bit more to the left here. Okay, that's not doing much. All right, we might have to make some minor size adjustments, but we'll get to that in a second. Looking at the draft, we do see the priority pick coming from the Gengar, and speedsters are it right now. Speedsters have been the strong meta. They recently got buff, a stat buff, and a penetration buff, and so many teams in the higher leagues are using their first priority pick to go ahead and take this this Gengar, or the other speedsters that have those buffs, which are going to be the Masquerada, the Talonflame, and the Absol. Now, following up, we see a double tank pick from this side of Veno, prioritizing that Snorlax, another prevalent strong tank in the meta right now due to his own buffs. And then we do see the Slowbro, who is a great way to isolate these squishier targets. Now, this is matched by Blissey and Crustle, another, again, strong performing picks. Blissey is one of the best supporting supports out there. And then we have Crustle, who's great into these heavy, bulky melee matchups. We saw that in our own match where the Crustle was a menace, and we decided we didn't want to play with that. We have Doomy on the Machamp. I think she's been cooking this up for a while. And then finally, we have Delphox. A little more interesting pick. It's hard to play attackers in the current meta. If you see a speedster out there with these buffs, it's a dangerous place to be, and it's hard to peel for them. Now, if you have 2 speedsters and only 1 attacker, you're going to have a 50-50 chance of one of them playing out. But if you only have 1, they're going to be a prime target, and I think we can expect Gengar is going to be maliciously going after that Delphox. We do see on the side of Shadowhand, they're taking 2 different attackers, and this is unusual given the current meta. However, there is no speedsters on Venoshock, and so you're able to take a double attacker pick, or double attacker team composition without much penalty. And we saw the success of that with Phantastic's game. last time. We had a very dominant early game, very dominant mid game, and kind of slipped up at the very end there. But the damage output from the attackers were there because there was not a speedster to keep them in place. All right, I do see Haley asking me to fix the screen, so I'm going to attempt to fix this. I believe it's going to be an issue on... All right. The problem is on Doomnite League or Doomnite stream, and so trying to adjust it from my own end is a bit difficult, but I think we got the magic going. Oh. All right, a little too much. All right, well, I think that's about does it. Oh, a little bit more. All right, there we go. We locked in a lot better. Both games are going with a, looks to be a pretty standard clear here. As actually, interesting on the Gengar, one of the builds that you see a lot from the junglers are going to be this buff, and then you go for the Baltoys, and this is to reset the timer so those buffs come up sooner. If you do spend a lot of time in lane, though, it doesn't matter as much because, well, you probably won't be back in your lane to take a benefit from that increased spawn time or that earlier spawn time. Both lanes are pretty even, but it looks to me that we do have a level advantage in the favor of Venoshock here. They do have a level 5 on their Aegis Slash here. Was able to get the tempo, but we did get a successful gank in the top lane. Now that I'm able to look at it, where Gengar has been able to gank the top lane, get the top lane ahead, and then help them secure those Bs. As a counter push, we do see Jimming the bot lane here, or bot path, I gotta get a habit of saying path instead of lane, able to successfully get a gank on their end, allowing them for a push. But we do see Gengar coming in for the counter gank, trying to stop them from stacking. He is going to get knocked up by the Aegis Slash, but two knockouts go over to Shadowhand. 8 minutes into the game, the score is 48-39 in favor of Shadowhand. After the successful gank, we see Gengar going back to take his clears, trying to maintain that EXP advantage. Both teams at this point in the game are just trying to prepare that level advantage. They want to get the Unite moves if they can get it quickly. They want to get to their final evolutions because the objectives on the board, the Regieleki and the Regi Rock, Steel, or Ice that are going to be in the bot lane are about to come into play here in about 50 seconds. And we do see that Shadowhand has the lead with this early objective. They have Gengar, Haunter right now, but Gengar at level 8, likely to hit level 9 before. Another successful gank going in the top lane. We do see Crustle initiating, but gets pushed back by the Aegis Slash. Gengar gets the revenge kill, about to get a double kill, triple, 4 KOs in favor of Shadowhand, giving a significant tempo advantage. From this position, he's going to want to reset, heal up, and come back ready to fight. The question for me is going to be, are they going to prioritize going for the Regieleki this early in the game, or are they going to go for the Regis on the bottom to get those buffs for their team? And it does look like with Gengar going down to the bot path here, they will be prioritizing going for that bottom objective. I did hear in the chat that Aegis Slash does counter Gengar. I'm not familiar with the interactions there. I'm assuming it's because of the perfect block can negate his burst damage, and then they can retaliate. But we'll have to see as that plays out. Gengar is able to get a very burst pick off onto the Machamp. Machamp goes down, and we now see a man advantage in the favor of Shadowhand fighting over the Regi. But Regi still is taken by the Aegis Slash. Venoshock is able to cause an upset. We do see a team fight break on. Gengar looks to go in. Aegis Slash tries to peel. Gengar gets knocked out. Snorlax walking away after trying to set the fight. He goes and disengage. Aegislash is knocked out, and we see a very contested fight. 6 minutes into the game, the score is still 48-39, but when we look at those level advantages, I would have to say it goes over to Shadowhand. Still, they got 2 level 10s against 1, but Aegislash being a counter that can stop the immediate burst damage of Gengar could be a favorable opportunity for a comeback. Moving back to the top path here, we have both lanes taking more of a resetting position. They're clearing out the nearby wild Pokemon. They're capturing them. They're trying to build that EXP, a fight about to break out for the Regieleki. All right, Gengar initiates, and Crustl's trying to take a position, but is stopped by the Fire Spin, and Blissey is taken out by the Aegislash. Delphox uses their Ignite move, followed by Decidueye and Gengar, leaving Aegislash knocked out, but Delphox is able to pick up the revenge knockout, seeing Decidueye go down. Right now, we do see Venoshock having the man advantage in the top lane, being a bit healthier and a bit stronger, with Aegislash about to return in. But Machamp is taken out by the collapse from Shadowhand, seeing Glaceon knock them out. Another knockout goes in the favor of Shadowhand as they take out the Aegislash. We see a push coming from Shadowhand, met by a push back from Venoshock. Delphox is able to take out the Crustle. Gengar is hanging on, looking to reposition for dear life. Snorlax is trying to get in there. They do have the Glaceon isolated. They're able to pick up the Glaceon. Machamp goes in, but Machamp goes down. Not to be outdone, Gengar finds an opportunity to pick out the Delphox, leaving 2 defenders and an all-rounder to try to contest the Regieleki. Crustle is able to get him up against the rocks, initiates, almost picks out the Slowbro, so Slowbro is going to be able to get out, but Snorlax is left without much to do due to his rest. Very healthy, but doesn't have any agency on the map. Regieleki is taken by the Aegislash. They created enough space, and the counter push comes in from Venoshock. 1 goes down, 3 goes down. Gengar trying to defend, but forced to back out. No abilities up right now. They are on cooldown. The pad is dropped. The goalpost goes down. Gengar tries to reinitiate to pull them off, but gets caught in the 1v3 and is sent back home. Whew. All right, 4 minutes left in the game. We're getting close to that Rayquaza fight coming up in 2 minutes. Only a few more objectives going to be up on the map before it ends. It has a 90-second respawn rate, meaning we will see one more Lecky. A fight breaks out around the Regirock on the bottom. We do see Decidueye trying to pepper them out and show them down. Aegislash is able to re-engage, but is taken out by the Gengar, giving him free reign to act in this fight. Decidueye is still peppering that Regirock. Glaceon getting picked off to the side by the Snorlax, looking for a flake. Crustle overextending, not overextending, knows his limits, is able to get in successfully and go and duel that team with the Gengar. Gengar getting a triple knockout before Snorlax goes down, giving a quadra knockout over to the Gengar. This leaves them the opportunity to take that Reggie. The buff goes to Shadowhand. Decky Doomy looking for a flank here, waiting for the opportunity to get a counter push on them. Aegislash is able to knock them up, but Gengar gets the knockout on Doomy. Doomy goes down. Aegislash gets the revenge knockout on the Blissey. A fight breaks out. Gengar gets caught by the Delphox Fire Spin, and the knockout goes into... Whew! Goes to the Delphox. We now have a minute left in the game. They're trying to get the contested farm, or I guess in this case, the contested wild Pokemon in the center areas to ensure that they're able to make that EXP lead. And looking at the compositions right now, EXP is, well, it is slightly undecided. We do see Shadowhand having the level 14 Gengar, but they also have the level 2 13s and 2 level 11s, whereas Venoshock has a more well-rounded team. They match the 2 13s, but have 3 level 12s of their own to offset the level 11s on the side of Shadowhand. There is a strength that comes from having a more well-rounded comp, and if they can get those level 12s, all the level 13, they're all going to have the second point in their ability, meaning they are going to be relatively stronger. That said, Machamp and Slowbro are both level 12 for this fight. They take the positions. We do see Snorlax hiding in the bush, Jimmy hiding in the bush. We do see Crustle being sent out to blind check. Aegislash gets the back lane. Sceptile goes down. Gengar looking for the flank, looking for an opportunity to get in. Doomnite getting her combo off, and we see 3 knockouts in the fate of Shadowhand, 4 knockouts in the fate of Shadowhand, with a 3-man advantage remaining on Venoshock. It looks like the Rayquaza is going to go over to Venoshock, but it's not over yet. Glaceon is looking for an opportunity to still, does not have any big, powerful Unite move or heavy hitters, but if they can get their charges up, they might be able to steal it. They do take out the Snorlax. They look for the opportunity. Delphox uses the Unite move. Does not use it. You misread what that was. And we do see them able to secure that before it gets stolen by the Decidueye. Decidueye barely missing it. Great use of their Unite move there. But now we have a minute left in the game, and the advantage is with Venoshock, who has successfully taken the Rayquaza there. When you see Doomnite going in the back row, able to get 100 points for their team. The score is now 48 to 377. With 50 seconds on the board, what the Shadow Hand needs to do here to turn this game around is get the knockout and go ahead and get the counter push. But with Gengar going down and a 20-second respawn timer and 38 seconds left in the game, I don't think that's going to happen. It looks to me like Venoshock will be our victors for today. Whew! Very contested early game, very contested mid lane. We saw a lot of back and forth, but I do believe Venoshock was able to secure it due to that last fight at the very end, putting them in a favorable position to go ahead and control the space around that Rayquaza. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 definitively goes over to Venoshock. This series can easily go to a Game 3. I do believe Shadow Hand had elements that worked for them very well in that first game. They just need to adjust their strategy, maybe adjust their roster, and figure out where can they build the biggest advantage. What was working for them and what wasn't. Mighty Gygax is coming in saying Venoshock had a lot of control, and I will agree. To an extent, they did have a lot of control. They had some superior positioning when it came to the objectives, but we did see Venoshock build an early lead with that Gengar. And if they can leverage the advantage they build through those speedsters to put pressure on the map and control the space for the objectives, get the tempo, get the windows, and better prepare for them, we can easily see a very different Game 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the advertisement. Mr. Doom wants to support Miss Doom and the Hound Pound even more. So buy yourself some concert merch. Listen in the link below. And do you know that Mistress Doom has a Patreon where you can support her in her streaming and music endeavors? Be sure to check it out. You might just find a tier that's cheaper than Switch subs.
Gotta have fun with that. All right, so we are immediately moving into Game 2, where we're seeing the bands come out again. Venoshock this time getting rid of the Gengar, not letting the Shadow Hand have that again. This is a change in strategy from Game 1, and Miraidon is going to be taken out by Shadow Hand. Miraidon is one of the few attackers that have remained successful in the current meta, even though he is vulnerable to speedsters. His ZOI, his zone of influence, the massive amount of range he has, allows him to still have a presence in the current game. Now, we do see Venoshock coming out with Psyduck, which is a interesting band. It's not on my radar. Psyduck is still relatively strong, but in the current meta where we have 4 speedsters just really running away with the game, and we have Blissey and other counters to this strategy being, as prolific as they are, Psyduck, I don't think catches the attention of many, but they do get rid of the Psyduck, and we do see a targeted ban from Shadow Hand removing Jimmy. As we know, Jimmy is best known for his scissor. So Venoshock, when it comes to the draft, they do take a priority pick on the Snorlax. I mentioned again last game, it is a contested pick, a very strong tank in the current meta, perhaps the best defender out there, at least is a contender for it. And this is matched by a Caflable and a Tyranitar. Tyranitar is really strong in the current meta as well due to the increase in melee picks that are out there right now. He doesn't do as great on this particular map. He's popular and ranked for the map with the Zapdos. I forget what it's called. But the Clefairy is an interesting pick. Clefairy is usually picked for gravity, which is good against dashes, but we don't see many dashes on this side of Venoshock. Could have been a premature pick there. I do like the Trevenant though. Trevenant is going to be great into that Snorlax, going to be great into that Slowbro and that Machamp. But again, without having a speedster on their end, we able to see the double attack combination coming from Venoshock, and we do see a double attacker combination coming from Shadowhand. This is going to be probably a traditional game with two teams coming in with these front-to-back team fights. And what I mean by front-to-back team fights is they're really just trying to deal as much damage as they can to the target that is closest to them, and they're either kiting backwards or they're working their way through the opposing team. They're knocking out the defenders because they're in front. You're trying to maximize your DPS or damage per second, and if you knock those out, you have free access to the back. This is great for, well, I don't say great, but this is one way to play the game as well, characters have damage in different allocations. So if you have let's say a speedster who does 400 points of damage in 4 seconds, but all 400s on that 1 second, and you have an attacker who does 400 points of damage in 4 seconds, but it's 100 per second. In a 4-second interval, they're going to do the same amount of damage, but Gengar can knock somebody out first. However, in a 6-second interval, because the Gengar is still on cooldown, you will see more damage coming out of the attackers. Is typically how that plays out. So you're able to get more damage from these sustained fighters, meaning that these front-to-back compensations are looking to have these drawn-out fights to maximize their damage. And without a threat forcing them or preventing them from doing so, they're able to be very successful. Current meta has deleted those because of the speedsters, but we don't see any speedsters in this game. I'll be interested in seeing what the lane assignments are in this game. I think we're going to see Snorlax and Machamp, okay, going to the bot side. I'm actually surprised they're going to put the all-rounder on the bot side. Typically, it's the attackers that go there. The all-rounders will take the top side. I couldn't tell you why that is. I'm not as proficient in this game when it comes to that. That might be a question that I ask some of the pro players next time I get a chance to talk to them. Why is it that attackers typically go bottom and the all-rounders typically go top? And if you in chat happen to know the answer to that question, go ahead and share that with us now to enlighten us. We do have a stacking Trevin. I think he probably has the cookie. I should have checked his items beforehand, but he is playing a stacker build, or at least in a stacker style, as he's invading the opposing team's side, trying to take their camps and then throw those camps right back into their goalpost. Pupitar coming up for a gank. This is a jungling Tyranitar, not something commonly seen. But the advantage of doing this is that you can still gank and have a number advantage, creating an opportunity for a gank here, and then you are able to score. It also puts Pupitar in an area where he's able to consistently get the wild Pokemon, capture them, and level up. His win condition is going to be to get to level 9. Checking out the bot side here, where Jimmy is getting the return action, the revenge action. It looked like they were able to get a successful play here and build 21 points. It wasn't as many points as what Shadowhand was able to make happen to the top side, but you know, anything is a start. And 21 can very easily become 2100. Another fight about the breakout here. We see contestant with Espeon trying to zone off the Delphox. And they're using this to great effect. They're able to steal the Baneri out from under Venoshock. We see Espeon at a strong level 5, but the rest of the team looking at level 3, where we do see a defender at level 5 too. So a total of 10 levels in the top lane for Shadowhand and only 8 levels in the top lane for Veno. Pupitar has just finished his second clear. They are roaming down to the mid lane with the level advantage. This could be significant, but they weren't able to respond in time. Those middle wild Pokemon and the Pokemon in the mid path will end up going over to Venoshock. A fight breaks out. We see a submission from Decky Doomy, but is immediately met with counter action from Shadowhand with 2 knockouts going out to their team. A dive happens from the Trevenant. Decky Doomy goes down, and we will see 70, 80 something points going over to the side of Shadowhand. They are going and showing that they are vicious, they are malicious, and they think that Venoshock is absolutely delicious. All right, now we're at almost 7 minutes into the game. This is going to be a decisive element. We do see both objectives about to spawn, the Regieleki on the top side and the Regis on the bot side. We do see some exchanges going between the Slowbro and Shadow Hand here, but it does not deter them. They are able to take that center spawn, or I guess the centered wild Pokemon in the top path, and we do see a fight breaking out on the bottom path. Rifu is half health, might be able to recover with the rest, is caught by the gravity. Tyranitar re-engages. Delphox trying to get some damage out there, but we're going to see 3 knockouts go over to Shadow Hand. 4 knockouts go out of Shadow Hand, with Reggie Eyes going to be secured. We see some top lane action, and it looks like Slowbro was taken out as well, leaving Venoshock to be aced. 6:30 into the game, we do see a fight breaking out around the Regieleki, as Trevenant tries to take a defensive position, zone them off, and shove the Snorlax back into the team, which they are able to successfully do. Without that front line, they're able to just penetrate in deep and knock them out. We see 3 targets go down in favor of Shadow, and 4, Delphox has been knocked out. A overcap of 19 points going over to Shadow Hand, and then a collapse from the team, allowing them to take the Reggie. Venoshock in this position has 2 things they need to do. First, they need to stop that Reggie from getting scored. They don't want to lose another pad. And secondly, they have a lot of camps up on their side. They're going to want to play this as a front-to-back clear. Then they're going to take all the clears that are closest to their opponent and clear back ways towards their base. This way, the opposing team has to go deeper to take those camps. But we do see a dive coming with Shadow Hand. They're leveraging their strong levels, their strong advantage, to walk that Aleki in and continue to deny them area and space on the map. By taking that pad, there's less security, there's more contested area, and this benefits the stronger team, as there's not a pad to run back to. This forces Venoshock to have to extend further out in order to take the neutral objective, the neutral Pokemon. I'm trying to be very intentional with the words that I use, as I'm looking into doing some work with some of the official UCS streamers. And Pokemon Unite, or the Pokemon Company, TCPI, if you didn't know, is very selective about the wordage you can use. They don't want you calling them lanes, they want you calling them paths. You can call them paths, they prefer you to call them goalposts. You can't say the word kill, no kill, but you can say knockout. In fact, they want knocked out, they want capture. Now, Shadow Hand is, again, taking this position. They're getting ready for what will be... I didn't think about it. It will not be the last one. So we have a minute 30 for each of these spawns. It's 4:30 into the game, meaning the next spawn's going to be in 3 minutes. We will see one more at each Reggie. The fight breaks out. The counter push from the Machamp. Machamp is able to knock out, alongside their team, 4 of the targets, meaning that Venoshock just had a huge temple sweep. This is a lot of shutdown EXP for them, as well as the objective, which is going to make them stronger for the next fight and allow them to get a significant amount of EXP on their team. Not quite as much as the Dreadnought, but it is still a notable amount. Now, Machamp is fighting around the pad. It looks like they're about to give up in the fight. They're trying to escape from the lives, but the counter knockouts, the revenge knockouts as we call them, will be seized by Shadowhand as Doomy goes down. But this will mean that they're going to be late to respawn. We do see Venoshock up on the Regieleki trying to burn it, and I think they will be successful. Jimmy and Kotis is doing a significant amount of damage, and they are able to steal the Aleki. From this point, they are outnumbered. They don't want to take this fight. They should back off and go ahead and capture the wild Pokemon nearby. We see a similar stance being chosen by Shadowhand. They have a group of their players knocking out the Regieleki. They don't want to let it get close to their pad, and the rest of them are looking to take out the respawn of the neutral camps, as well as trying to clear their camp. What's interesting to me is that they are not on dead time here, and so they want to be taking out their own camps. And what I mean by dead time is a concept in the game of when you have taken all the available wild Pokemon that's on your side of the map, and you have nothing else you could be taking. And so this is an opportunity that you do not lose out on farming efficiency by making a play in a lane. Both teams, again, are just taking this farming and this defensive posturing. Snorlax and Machamp waiting for an invade from Shadowhand, and Shadowhand having 3 of their players waiting for an advance from Venom. We got 30 seconds left in the game. There will be an opportunity to just barely squeak out about an 8-second window to take that bot side Reggie, and I think Shadowhand's going to go for it. Venoshock has the opportunity to try to punish this, or to concede it and wager, can they take it in 8 seconds, yes or no? I think they're going to take the positioning around the Rayquaza, assuming that it will not be taken by Shadowhand. But Shadowhand is able to squeak that out, giving them a healing buff, a regenerative buff from the Reggie Ice. All right, the fight breaks out. A submission goes on the Tyranitar. They're singling out the Tyranitar. Tyranitar pops his Unite move, but is not able to get much value out of it. Machamp re-engages, and we do see Trevenant go down. We do see another submission. We see Clefairy being knocked out. 4 knockouts in the favor of Venoshock. Nobody going down.
This is it. This is the opportunity. This is what they've been waiting for. Oh, no, we got a 5th one going down. This means the Rayquaza will go to Venoshock. With this opportunity, they are going to be able to push back. If you are Shadowhand right now, you are in a panic. You need to defend your goal, defend your lead. You can let 2 of them through. And if you can do that, you can get through this. But if you can't get those 2 out, if 3 get by you, that's going to be it.
But do not be alarmed. It looks like they will be able to defend this. We do see a Slowbro backing off, not going for the points here. Tyranitar still trying to defend it. Slowbro trying to preserve that shield. Snorlax looking for opportunity to get him. And we do see Trevenant's pushing away the Snorlax, but Slowbro is going to be able to get this point. No! He is interrupted! And Griffalo loses the shield. Griffalo will not be able to score anymore. And Delphox loses the shield. They will not be able to score anymore. This is not it! Shadowhand is going to be able to make a comeback. They have a 170-point lead. This means they need at least 2 successful goals if you are Venoshock to close out the game, and they won't be able to do it. They won't be able to, not in 20 seconds. Now, we do see Jimmy going for a knockout. We do see Espeon go down. Maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. It's reinforced, defended by the Clefairy. Trevenant trying to keep them off. 10 seconds left in the game. Top lane, the top path is completely safe. It does not look like they're going to be able to get those points. And this game is going
to round 3!
My voice. All right, looks like back to our question we had earlier. Top lane offers less EXP and AOS energy due to the value of the wild Pokemon being lower. And this is true. I think you get a Corphish or a Baltoy instead of a Aldino, or in this case, it is, what are they called? What replaced Aldino? Why can't I remember the name of it? Indeed, I did remember it. Okay, so you'll see characters that need lots of EXP ASAP in the bot lane, which will be your attackers because they got 3 levels, and you'll see the all-rounders who don't need it because usually they don't have an evolution or they only have 1 evolution going topside. The exception being like Tyranitar, who has 3 evolutions as an all-rounder, or Blaziken would be another one, and they're known for having very weak first and second stages. All right, we do see Henny. Henny was cheering out for Doom, but it did not go. Let's take a look at the battle data. We can see where the damage was coming from. Jimmy being very prolific there with 82,000 points of damage, and 42 on the Delphox and 43 on the Machamp, with a good amount of tanking coming from the Snorlax at 64,000. But if we look onto the side of Shadowhand, Sceptile and Trunks was able to do a substantial amount of damage as well, both at 70,000, which is pretty good considering the damage averages in this game. We had nobody breaking 100, and so 70 is a strong performance for the amount of fights that we have. Yeah, I see, Spaceman. You're talking about the scissor counters. Looks like we're about to go ahead and get into the draft here. Draft isn't started, so we'll see what both teams have cooked up. What strategies have they employed? All right, so we do see a repeat. We do have the Miraidon going down. I wonder if that's a target ban. They know if somebody on Venoshock plays it. And if you guys know the Venoshock team, let me know who plays the Miraidon. Why is that so frightening to Shadowhand? And this was followed up by that target ban with Jimmy. They don't want him on the scissor. They're not going to worry about counters. They just want it gone. And this favor of Venoshock, though, they get rid of the Gengar, which was a problem in game 1, and it looks like they're going to get rid of the Tyranitar as well. Interesting pick on the Tyranitar, because Tyranitar wasn't the game changer last game. Tyranitar is always a threat, but they were able to remove him before he was able to get any damage off with their ult, meaning that they had been able to successfully mitigate him. Now, Shadowhand priority picks is the Psyduck. So Psyduck was not banned this time. And then we do see again the double defender combo coming from Venoshock. This is going to be Griffalo on the Snorlax and Wolfie on the Slowbro. And looks like this is going to be matched on Shadowhand with Trevenant, who I've commented and will comment again, is great into these melee picks. And Seraldich, I got mixed feelings about that. Seraldich is great at shedding armor. He's able to take out tanks like nobody's business, but he is on the squishier end of all-rounders, in my opinion. Maybe the stats are different. I played him a lot recently, and he just feels kind of paper thin. But maybe I'm doing something wrong. Decky Doomy has been practicing the Machamp, and they bring out the Machamp again, and we do see the Espeon. Espeon has some dash abilities, ability to reposition, and there's not any threats or any assassins going. We can expect to see high DPS from the Espeon. The Espeon worked out very well as an early aggressor in game 1, and was able, I think, had a pretty decent DPS as well, but I would have to go back and check, and I don't have a way to do that. We do see the Aegislash, but Aegislash from Sceptile, there's no Gengar to block out this time. Aegislash is still a strong all-rounder, and perhaps they just needed some more sustained fighting, but there might have been some stronger picks. Jimmy looking at 2 of those stronger picks, being Urshifu and, Zacian, the Sword Dog. Now, Tonks is going to be taking the Greninja again. I say again, but he's going to be taking the Greninja. I thought we saw him in last game, but my memory's already fading. You can tell I'm getting old. Both teams are nearly identical, except for Shadowhand has a support and a defender, 2 all-rounders and attacker. Venoshock coming with the double defenders, 2 all-rounders in the attacker. This is going to be the final game of the series. If you think Shadowhand will take the series, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And if you think it's going to be Venoshock, go ahead and put 2. If I had to give my own analysis on it, it's pretty tough, but I think Shadowhand might have the advantage here. I like the Seraldich. All their picks have a decent amount of mobility, and they have a lot more versatility in how they pick this fight. But I will say Venoshock also has a very strong composition between the Machamp and Urshifu and targets that they want to play against, which are going to be melee picks. But yeah, I know. I actually think Shadowhand takes this. As you said, Spaceman, true damage is another beautiful counter. There are not a lot of ways to get true damage in this game, and so the alternative is just getting lots of special damage when it comes to fighting Scissor. All right, the fight breaks out, and we do see it's going to be Psyduck and Aegislash on the bot lane, and it's going to be Greninja in the top path with Trevenant. And on the shrine of Venoshock, it looks like they're going to have the Espeon and the Slowbro go top, and they're going to be putting the Machamp and the Snorlax in the bot path. And as we discussed earlier, the reason for this, there's going to be more EXP on that bot path, and so they want to funnel that over to Decky Doomy, who has a Tri-Evolution. It looks like Sceptile is able to get 1 dunk in there, building up their stacks and get away with their life, which is advantageous for them. You know, with stacking, you want to be able to get a stack, but you don't want to die for it. You lose way too much pressure, way too many opportunities by dying so early, and it almost can throw your lane. Or actually, it typically does. We do see, it looks like, I couldn't tell where that went over, but based upon the levels, I want to say that went over to Venoshock. Now, we do see Seraldich looking for a gank in the top lane. Both lanes are playing very defensively here. Venoshock is in a position where they're looking for the I said Corphish. You can tell I've been playing another map too long. The battle thread that spawns in the back, and then the fight for the center is going to happen. Shadowhand does not want to hard commit to it because they know a gank on the top side is likely to happen, and so they back off, they give it up. But we do see Jimmy with his counter action. If you're top lane, we know you're top, we know you're not bot. This is going to allow us to get a gank, and they're going to win this initial trade by being cautious on the top path. They avoid getting knocked out, and they're getting more value out of it for their team by Venoshock being able to seize that opportunity. Excuse me. All right. With Venoshock being put ahead, it looks Jimmy's going to trust this team. Jimmy is saying, okay, you guys take the camps. I'm going to go back. I'm going to get back on dead time. I'm going to farm up my camps. I want to go get these neutral objectives, try to level up. He goes for the buff, but he skips the other buff. He's looking for actually, oh, because it's the 8-minute marker. That makes sense. If you can't get all of it, he's just going to get one, be as strong as possible, and he's able to secure all of those for his team. A fight breaks out, though. Sceptile engages... Sheraldage engages, Sheraldage gets knocked out. Snorlax is trying to initiate the fight. It's level 5 against 2 other level 5s. We see the fight get split in half, and Snorlax is going to be losing the 1v2. But Espeon is able to pick up the kill on Aegislash. Now, if you see me stuttering over the words, it's because the other night I was calling Aegislash Sheraldage, because I was thinking sword Pokemon, blade Pokemon, they're all the same, and you know, Sheraldage or Aegislash is a sword, it has an edge, it gets confusing. Especially if you got a mud brain like my own. Submission coming out from the Machamp, and then we see a, what's it, Shadow Dive? Shadow something. I think it's Shadow Dive. I think it's called Shadow Dive. I'm confident in Shadow Dive coming from the Sheraldage to avoid and reposition getting out of that fight. About to break down for the Regirock, we do see 2 of Venoshock top lane defending the Regieleki with Trevenant up there, but it looks to me that Shadowhand is going to be sending 3 members down to take the bottom Aleki. Sheraldage is looking for his camps, hasn't decided if he's going to go top or bottom, but as no fight broke out yet, he has the time to think this through. All right. We do see Machoke going in, lands the submission on the Greninja, but is knocked out by the Aegislash. Urshifu able to pick up the knockout on Greninja, but is picked apart by the Sheraldage. Sheraldage is getting a second knockout in favor of Shadowhands. A third dive about to break through, using the Shadow Dive, finding opportunity to get on the Espeon. The Espeon is able to pick up the berry and is now in a 1v1 situation against the Psyduck. Psyduck is caught out and will get knocked out by the Snorlax. Sheraldage is still low. The Regirock is about 30% HP. They can steal this, but Aegislash gets in and is able to secure it alongside the rest of their team. Fight breaks out, and we do see Espeon go down. Machamp goes down. Aegislash Unite move is used. Snorlax is holding on with his... with his belt, I'm assuming, because he was able to heal out there and did not get knocked out despite being so low. And then Jimmy came in with the revenge knockouts and able to secure a couple of them, and now they have the upper hand. Now Snorlax goes like Urshifu and Slowbro are trying to knock out the Psyduck, but Psyduck is able to defend that pad long enough for the reinforcements to revive. The revenge knockout going up on the Urshifu and then knocking out the Slowbro. We see a substantial amount of points, like to be 70 points going over to Shadowhand. But during this time, knowing that they're bot, you know they're not top, Venoshock is able to take the top Aleki, not giving an inch, not giving an opportunity. If something goes down, they're going to take something for it, trading very aggressively. Now we're at the halfway point, 5 minutes in the game. The score is 92 to 122 in favor of Venoshock. But when we look at the level differentials, it's still really contested. 3 level 10s and a level 12 on the favor of Shadowhands with a level 9 Trevenant, and we see 2 level 9s in Venoshock, 2 level 10s and a level 11 on Venoshock. And so it's really just like a 1 level difference. Sheraldage is able to get a knockout on the Machamp. Slowbro it takes the rest there, but because he's resting, he's not acting on the fight, meaning he's not getting any DPS, he's not zoning anybody, and a second knockout's going to go over to Shadowhand. At this point, I'd say they definitively have the level lead, but only about 1 or 2 levels, something that can easily be caught up. Snorlax is able to recover a level, and it looks like Machamp was able to get one as well. Greninja is scouting out the top lane, but not enough information to make a play. We do see both teams grouping up again in that 8-second window for the Reggie. For the bot lane Reggie. Shadowhand has a substantial amount of burst damage that can shred the defense for that. And what I think is going to happen is Shadowhand's going to use their abilities to take out the Reggie, but then we're going to see the counter push from Venoshock. And oh no, Venoshock is able to steal it, but at what cost we will soon see. Espeon goes down, 4 goes down for Shadowhand. I was so wrong on this. Venoshock is able to ace them and then score 74 points for their team. Only a minute and a half before the Ray fights, with a 104-point advantage being on Venoshock. Urshifu taking out these settle camps, these neutral, wild Pokemon, in order to maintain the level advantage that they just see. Urshifu level 13 and Seraldage level 12, a level ahead of his counterpart. Trevenant initiates, and Aegislash using his Ignite move gets caught by the submission. Seraldage using his Ignite gets 3 of the targets, and we see massive knockouts on both teams. 4 players go down for Shadowhand, 2 players go down for Venoshock. Venoshock is going to be able to get the Alecki. The level differences, though, are still really close. Greninja's level 13, Seraldage level 13, only 1 level 13 player on the favor of Venoshock, but Venoshock has more level 12. I think the deciding factor is who's going to have most characters level 13 and above when it comes time for that Ray fight, which spawns in 40 seconds. Shadowhand right now having to think about their counterplay. They have to remove the Regieleki. They got a few wild camps left, a few wild Pokemon left on their side of the map where they're able to get some. We do see 1 bird in the center, but the bird goes down because of that 30-second timer on Rayquaza, limiting the amount of EXP that's left on the board for them to get. Looks like they are scouting around information, seeing if they can get a pick, but, you know, Venoshock is playing very defensively, not giving them any opportunities to get picked off. This next fight is going to be what decides the series. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Rayquaza is now on the map. Both teams looking for information, looking for an opportunity. The favor is with Venoshock. They do not have to act. They need to react. And right here, Shadowhand has to take some action. Greninja tries to poke it out, but Machampions fools themselves, but both teams are still cautiously trying to feel each other out. Greninja is trying to harass the Rayquaza, get the Rayquaza to perhaps aggro onto the Snorlax, who's closer here. They're waiting for a trigger pull. They're just taunting it. Rayquaza's really healthy, but every second they waste is a second they're not going to have to make a comeback. It's going to come directly down to this fight. Who can get those 1 scores in? It looks like they are now initiating. They've revealed their hand. They are showing up, and this is going to be it. But Champions able to catch them. Snorlax is getting the block. The submission goes on to the Trevenant. We see Urshifu going with the dive. We see Slowbro, but the left team, Shadowhand is able to take it. Seraldage gets the knockdown there, Urshifu. It is 5v4, 4v3. The counter push coming in from Venoshock, trying to get the knockout of Greninja. Greninja doesn't have the shield, but all 5 members of Venoshock have been knocked out. Shadowhand cinches the game. 200 points goes in. Shadowhand now at 366 with 39 seconds in the game and only 20 seconds to travel from spawn to base. Are they going to be able to turn this around? My vote is no. Shadowhand has successfully taken this series. All they have to do now is defend.
Whew. I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, I really thought that was gonna go to Venoshock there. They had the ability to get on it, but there was just too much damage in the hands of Shadowhand, and they were able to take the Rayquaza, give them the shield, allowing them to buffer out the damage that they received from being engaged upon. We did see 100 points, was able to sneakily get in, but was it enough? No, it was 100 points from Shadowhand with the Greninja. I knew I saw it, but 466 to 212. There you have it, folks. Shadowhand takes the series 2-1 in a very tight race. Looking at the damage here, the damage on both teams are relatively even. We do see one of the attackers here at 55. Jimmy only being about 10,000 damage behind the Seraldage. We do see Machamp at about 18,000 behind the Aegislash. And well, actually, A lot of damage coming out from the side deck. The thing about these damage, though, is that Venoshock has a bulkier team. They have more HP, so that damage is going to be a bit higher for Shadowhand here. Very contested map. No one player being extraordinarily high in damage or damage taken. It has been just a matter of moments in that last fight. Phenomenal. I might even dare say fantastic. They're not going to let me get away with that one.
But we're just waiting on Midnight to be okay. It's going to be Machampions versus Midnight Rain. They were a little unmotivated, so we need to motivate them. But they're good to go. I'm getting the all cleared. They're ready to go. Let's get it. Machampions versus Midnight Rain. Oh my god, your mom went to the gym in heels? Your mom and me would be so good at the gym. Because I can't walk a treadmill like a normal person. I have to catwalk strut it. I just catwalk strut it. The whole time I'm on a treadmill, I'm just catwalk strutting, unless I have to jog. If I'm just stepping, if I'm just doing a walking light pace on a treadmill for a bit, I gotta strut it. I gotta strut like I'm on a damn catwalk. Okay, we're seeing Gengar getting banned. Gengar is a fucking menace now, I tell you. Gengar is a nightmare. Snorlax being banned from the opposing side. They don't want to be dealing with no Snorlaxes today. Snorlax is kind of stress-inducing. Griff got some banging plays as Snorlax in those last games. He got MVP multiple times too. He was popping. No Blissey. We don't want to see the Blissey from the Machampions. Good bans. Blissey is a nightmare. And no Absol. Solid bans all around really there. Gengar and Absol have got this new stat where they ignore like 30 points of damage, so they're kind of crazy on the defenses. They just ignore it, so we can act as if your defense is like 30 or so lower than it actually is, which is crazy. Yeah, Gengar's a nightmare. Absol's a nightmare. Snorlax on the old stadium is a fucking nightmare. And Blissey, well, you've been a nightmare for a very long time. Justified bans, but it does mean Schlorbius is able to do what Costas is not allowed to do, and that's play Miraidon. Sorry, Costas, you're just not allowed. Liddy's picking up Ho-Oh. Rhino's picked up the Mamoswine. What are we seeing Henny pick up? What are you playing, Henny? What you got this time? I better be seeing some Machamp on that Machampions team. I'm just saying. I repped you. Come on, man. Professor Malice, what is he eyeing up? He has just jumped in as a sub, so... He's picking up the Talonflame, also a menace in the speedster meta. Haley picking up Umbreon. Soul King's debating an all-rounder. The chicken? The fire chicken? Christ, just crying in the corner. He's not allowed Miraidon. He did dirty plays on Miraidon last week and they weren't happy about it. Soul King on the Dragonite. And Dragon has picked up Leafeon. Crimson Codex left to pick up the final Pokemon, and they're going to be picking up Sizzle. So, on the opposing team of Midnight Rain, we're seeing two things that can't be done. Costas isn't allowed to play Miraidon, and Jimmy wasn't allowed Sizzle. But these guys are allowed to take it, so cry in a corner, I guess. Cry in the corner. Go join Costas in the corner, Jimbo. I'm just crying in the corner. Sad times. Tough times. Hard climbs. We'll take them on together. Don't worry. I got you, fam. I know the motivational songs. I've learnt them. I'm one with the peepos. I feel like there's a target. I feel like we've got solid bans all around. They make sense. I understand them. I understand in the current meta why these bans have occurred. Ooh, fancy skins. Except for the Greninja that just has a Christmas hat. That's not fancy. I can't call that fancy. I'm sorry, it's a hat. Ooh, we're seeing the Battle Pass Ho-Oh skin. Can we ban whoever made it so Jimmy can't be Scizor? I don't even think Jimmy was going to play Scizor, is the reality on that. I rarely see him play Scizor. Very funnily, I rarely see him play Scizor. Yo, Sam Puffy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Houndbound. Our purple team, the Machampions. Our right team, Midnight Rain. Let's get it. What are we seeing on bottom? We're going to be seeing Ho-Oh and Leafeon down bot. for Machampions, and Dragonite and Eldegoss up top with Greninja in jungle. Meanwhile, on the opposing team, we're going to be seeing, I didn't pay attention to, I think it was an Umbreon. It is Umbreon, it's Haley on the Umbreon, and Miraidon down bottom, Scyther / Scizor up top, and a Fletchling as the jungle. Litty being super aggressive, trying to take their XP there. Trying to get a little cheeky steal in of XP, and I think they managed to actually achieve it. Just a little bit of badgering. How have the New Night matches been? They were really stressful. They've been good. They've been good. I promise. They've been good. They were just, I played for one of the teams, and it was really intense matches. It was terrifying. We're now watching Machampions versus Midnight Rain. My Switch got bored, and that's always sad. Does orange not exist for you, Doom? You tend to say purple team and the right team. Do I? Oh, that's so funny. What a weird habit I've got. We're going to be seeing jungle ganks around now. Ho-Oh and Liddy being pressured by the Umbreon. Leafeon goes down to the Umbreon. Schlorbius and Haley take this opportunity to look the Ho-Oh from getting any of the middle XP. What's all new to Unite? I haven't played in a long time. A lot. Lots of Pokemon, lots of game modes. Remote Stadium is back, so it doesn't feel like anything's changed except for the Pokemon. I was a team player. I punched people real hard. Points across for Machampions. Liddy getting a stack there. Not Liddy, sorry, Dragon getting a stack. And just clearing out their berries. Getting stacked up a little bit. Causing a bit of badger. Liddy has been mean-looked. Will we be seeing the junglers meeting in the middle as both are here? Malice is in mid for the XP, but is on their own against the Greninja. Ho-Oh has joined in, meaning mid is going to go to the Machampions. Liddy gets mean-looked again, stuck in the beams of the Miraidon, but Leafeon tries to get them out of it, is jumping on the Miraidon using Razor Leaf. Fletchling is there, like it's a Fletchhinder, I should be correct with my Pokemon names, has come to help. Pikachu has made their way down bottom as well. And we're now going to be seeing people get ready for the next objectives. This got the birds at 720. We're seeing a fight for that, and the champions are able to secure it. Miraidon keeping them at bay, though. Will we be seeing a Miraidon done? Malice has evolved now, jumping down, trying to stop them pushing it, but gets Leafeon united, and Litty puts the pressure on to push them back. The Miraidon is keeping them at bay, though, as much as Litty is trying to keep them off the goal. The Miraidon's reach is just too mighty. We'll be retreating back to get some HP before we go into a fight for it. But that means Midnight Rain are going to see it as an opportunity to try and go. They bait them off the goal from healing. Professor Malice is caught, though. Ho-Oh and Leafeon taking them down. Now it's just Haley and Schlorbius trying to do it. Greninja unite. Haley goes down. Schlorbius goes down. The points are going to be pushed across. Last time I played with Tyranitar was at it. Oh god, there's been so many since T-Tar. T-Tar's actually like kind of popping these days. Machampions are focusing now on the objective, securing themselves a Registeel. So we'll move our way to the top where Midnight Rain have congregated around the Regieleki and are able to secure that for themselves. Putting some pressure on Henny Guy, who has a lovely hat. The Aleki goes in, and a bunch of points across, almost leveling out the board. Litty has made their way up top to try and help out. And we do see Umbreon, Pillowswine, and Miraidon go down to the forces of the Machampions. And now I do see that Leafeon is clearing out their jungle and playing with danger. Ghosty Ghost, how you doing? Leafeon taking their buffs, saying no buffs for you today, Malice. Not today, fam. And another fight down bottom. It's so funny because I feel like Venoshock and Shadow Hands were just staying out of each other's way. We were staying chill. Hellhound Goddess Cult, welcome on in. How are you doing? What an appropriate channel for you to have found yourselves in. We are seeing people just fighting it out here. Liddy's just kind of badgering them. Yeah, we kind of just stayed out of each other's way. Ooh, Pokemon Sword. I liked Pokemon Sword, except for Chairman Rose. He sucked. Chairman Rose was not great. Everyone's gathered down bottom. They're trying to do a bit of an ambush. In comes everybody. Out comes a bunch of Unite. And down goes the Leafeon, but a Ho-Oh revive, bringing back their fallen teammates, but just a little too early to be able to have recovered some of them. But they're... Ooh. Ooh, it looks like it's already been taken. Did Malice take that opportunity to go take the bot objective? Welcome on in. We don't woof around here properly. Y'all can woof, but I don't know what that is, but it's what I do. A lot of fighting down bot. A lot of fighting. The points are 195 to 96 at the moment. There's an Umbreon trying to solo a Regieleki. People, Liddy's hiding in a bush waiting to catch people. Mamoswine double checking if anybody's in there. Rhino was like, any of these people manages to catch the Ho-Oh. I think we're going to be seeing Midnight Rain be able to push a bunch of points across here. Machampions are able to steal. I was doing a Spiritomb quest, but I don't have Wi-Fi right now. Can't do the quest. Oh, that sucks. They're getting the final of the bottom objectives here. Go into Midnight Rain. Midnight Rain able to clear it up. Are they able to get some dunks in and get some points across? 305. Top lane got cleared out while bottom lane was being focused on by Midnight Rain. Machampions were able to push a lot of points across. We got 50 seconds till Rayquaza. Nobody's going to be wanting to use their Unites. They're going to be wanting to grab those and keep hold of them. Ho-Oh still not got Unite back. Dragonite's lacking Unite right now, as opposed to the other team where just Umbreon is missing it. So Midnight Rain have a lot of Unites here, but 40 seconds. This is where one focuses on farming and that, and they are working as a group through their jungle, which we know Leafeon has enjoyably been trying to steal. Shooting out a very large Razor Leaf there. 26 seconds. I appreciate the barks. They give me life and energy. Bark for me. Cloud, stop pulling your bed out. My dog is just pulling his bed from under the desk. 8 seconds to Rayquaza. The Rayquaza mama. And already we've seen people get caught out. They tried to position themselves in their bushes, and it's been a big fight. A lot of Unites going. Mamoswine down. The Scizor is down. Miraidon is down. Eldegoss down. Leafeon down. But they're being brought back by a Ho-Oh. Malice goes down. Only Mamoswine left. They're taking this opportunity to go for the rip on the Rayquaza. Are the Machampions going to do it, or can the Mamoswine get in there and get a steal? They're trying, but they just weren't able to get in. Pop their Unite a little bit too late. Trying to get shields, though. It ain't over till it's over. You can always try to get the shields, but they weren't quite able to stop that. Scizor is now going to be looking to get some shields off of anyone trying to dunk on their goal, but the Dragonite unites in and dunks a cool 50 points into their goal and stays on both Malice and Crimson. Now they're going to dunk extra points in the home. They've still got the shield, just about to do it. Huge lead at 475 points to 118 points. And we're just having a bit of fighting on gold now. We're seeing a lot of fighting near their goals. 30 seconds left. Normally people just go for a defense here. They're letting themselves get a bit wiped out. Meaning Midnight Rain are able to try and use this 30 seconds to push. They're going to go for the outer goal, which is being currently defended by Kikichu and Liddy. Liddy coming in, putting a lot of damage on them on the Flamethrower, and the Greninja Unite is just going to finish them off for the most part. In comes Malice, flying on in to try and help them. Big old fight. No one's giving up. Ho-Oh's keeping the damage on them. Almost takes out the Miraidon. That Miraidon has no health bar. Still fighting on no health bar and living through the game. Schlorbius, what is that? Look at your health bar. What is that? Yeah, that Ho-Oh skin's the battle pass this season. It's the first one you get. It's good, right? It's a good skin. It's Machampions taking point number 1 in this game. Soul King managing to be MVP. Crimson Codex MVP for the other team. Let's take a look at the battle data while they get themselves switcherooed around so the picking points is done. Soul King doing nearly 89,000 damage. 88,000 from Kikichu. Schlorbius getting 64,000 on the Miraidon. Don't like the Transkin? Nah, Transkin's mid. Aw, thank you. I have lots of outfits. I'm like a little dress-up Houndoom. Sometimes I'm also waifu lady. But we don't talk about that. It's not one of those days. Today's one of the Houndoom days. Sure, let's go. Let's get it. Round 2 for Midnight Rain versus the Machampions. It took me a hot minute. Amalto, Ushfi, Malmo, Regigigas, and Buffy. Damn, is that 2 legendaries and a mythic? God damn. Yeah, I have to question this model because it tracks me when I drink weirdly. Oh, this model's great. It has a sign mark too. What are we seeing being banned today? YouTube is going to be so confused. Soul King is getting the first ban and does not want to see... Second ban, sorry. Greninja banned from Haley. They don't want to see the Greninja. And Soul King does not want to see... Yeah, YouTube didn't see any of that. It's crazy. And Soul King doesn't want to see Gengar, which is completely understandable because Gengar is a menace and we wish Gengar would kind of go away. They have broken the stats that they have done on speedsters. I'm sorry. Those things are fucking broken. A Blaziken being banned from Midnight Rain and Sizzle on the other side. No more scissors today. Schlorbius picking up the Blissey immediately when that's open. Henny, what is that I'm seeing there, Henny? Oh, the Sableye Lapras pickup from Machampions. Right now, Professor Malice now questioning their lives when a Sableye has turned up to the playing field. Gremlin time. Rhino picks up Snorlax. Yeah, Regigigas' ability kind of sucks. I get that it was really powerful, but like it's a little too... Slow start is crazy slow. Professor Mouse picks up Zero Aura for this one. Soul King taking the Dragonite again. What are we seeing Pikachu bust out? Pikachu or Venusaur? Not sure which one they're going for just yet. Crimson Codex! Yo! Yo! With the Machamp! Oh, hell yeah. Crimson Codex with the Machamp. Haley with the Cinderace. And the final pick going to Dragon. What are they going to be taking here? Are they taking the Miraidon? Miraidon is a menace. Are they taking it? Are they nom-nom-nomming up that Miraidon? They are. They're nomming it up. They're taking it. They're taking it. Machampions, all right. Midnight Rain, the ones taking Machamp against Machampions. They're the Machampions, and yet the Machamp is on the opposing side. It's a revolving door of Pokemon. The classic. I just want to do like stadium announcer level announcements, you know? That's what I want to do. Stadium announcements. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. The Cinderace is out. Haley means business when the Cinderace is out. We're having a Pikachu that thinks it's Christmas time. Machampions, what's going on with your team? Why do they think it's Christmas time? It's not Christmas time. Why do you think it's Christmas time? It's not Christmas. Let me have Halloween first. Let me have it. Let me have the Halloween. Ayo, Martin. Martin, we took one, which is impressive. JDG, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Hound Pound. It's always Christmas time if you're one of those people. Are you one of those people? I hope not. Our purple team, Midnight Rain. Our orange team, the Machampions. Let's get it. Shorebliss is up the top with the Machamp. We're following the dreams of the little guy that could here with the Machamp. Will he be a Machampion against the Machampions? Let's find out. Top lane is Machamp and Blissey. Bot lane is Snorlax, Cinderace, and Sableye. Well, if we follow the Sableye, he's being a sneaky little guy. That's not even sneaky, you're straight going for that. But it seems like Midnight Rain were expecting the sneakiness. What are you doing there, Henny? Spinning in circles. Not able to steal anything and taking a lot of damage from Malice there. Malice, get him! It's like a parent trying to chase a naughty child. That's what we're seeing with that. Meanwhile, down bot, Rhino and Haley were going to try and take it. Haley has spotted the Cinderace. Haley has spotted the Sableye trying to be a pesky little guy. Meanwhile, up top, they're vibing. They're thriving. I'm doing good. How you doing, JDG? How is it going? The middle birds are up. Machamp not able to get much, and Professor Mouse has ganked top to try and help his team out a little bit against Pikachu and Dragon. First goal going to Dragonite as they seem to have cleared out bottom and dunking a bunch across, getting him up to 76 points. Mouse is clearing his way through the river, heading his way down bottom to help his team out. Going back to the jungle now, 16 seconds till the 8-minute birds are there. I love streams where we can chill watching a great tourney. Oh, I'm really glad. I'm really super glad that you guys enjoy vibing here and watching these. It can be a lot of work to get this many teams to sync up, so I'm glad that we can do it and have a good time. We're going to do a first to 500 tourney soon. That should be fun. I don't know if any of the teams are drying up. Middle XP is up. Henny Guy and Pikachu are there. Malice a little bit late, but might be able to take some of it. Managed to steal a bird or two. Am I playing? I'm commentating. This is my community. They have teams and they play every 2 weeks in a tournament. Very stressful. Oh, I understand that, trust me. I understand the stresses. Top lane, we're seeing a pushback from Machampions now. The range on Miraidon is just freaking nutty, man. It's a nutty range on Miraidon. Points are on favor of Machampions right now, but the first objectives are coming up in the next 10 seconds or so. Pikachu, Henny Guy, and Dragon are up top for Machampions, with Crimson Codex and Schlobrius vibing up top for Midnight Rain. Midnight Rain seems to be focusing the energy on down bottom. I play this with the community on a Thursday. By the way, Saturday's a tournament day. Yeah, tourneys can be super stressful. Machampions doing a big push up top here. One solo Machamp trying to do it. Machampions beating up a Machamp feels very wrong, but here it is happening. And Midnight Rain were able to take bottom objective, while Machampions took a top objective and are now top goal and are now focusing on top objective, which they are able to secure. Are we going to be seeing them push that? There's not anything to go down bot for right now. Henny has just been a little menace, a little gremlin menace. Haley pushing back with the rest of Midnight Rain, trying to stop this Alecki, and Machampions take that as an opportunity to sneak down here and dunk a bunch of points. Rhino is trying to stop them. He's doing his best to Snorlax to stop them, but it's a bit tough when you got a Miraidon just pew-pewing at you. Malice has joined down bottom to help them out. Gonna go and grab some of their XP and scare off the people that are trying to push it. Uses his Unite, gets a big hit on Henny, and name in language I cannot speak. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Unite is not stressful when it's 500 mode. 500 mode is fun. That's why it'll be fun to organize those tournaments. Now in the middle, there's a big clash going on for those birds. Poor little Blissey gets taken out by the Machampions, who are moving as a unit through this map. Heading their way top, it looks like Henny's going for a cheeky little back cap. And he gets it off. The back cap is his. Malice is not able to stop him. Gets confused in the process. Going on to Henny, though, trying to keep him away. Gets points knocked off. Pikachu stunning. Machamp coming in. Cosplay Zilla, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Hound Pound. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Malice is now teaming up with Crimson Codex on the Machamp, my boy. My boy, my lad, my dream. Where's my artwork of me being carried by a Machamp? I want to live that dream. We're seeing XPs just being grabbed and objectives are starting to form. Down bottom, we've got a Registeel. Machampions are on it, and they're able to secure it, actually. There was an attempt of a steal there, but in the end, the Machampions did secure it. Thank you, K-Dog. Appreciate you. There's a push onto the bottom goal now by Midnight Rain against Machampions. Are they able to get some points? They get some points through and take the goal. Unite coming out from Malice there to help clear through them. Malice doing a lot of work on that Lapras. Cinderace is putting it in. Haley's pushing points through. Haley's going for the chase. Haley really wants to get that kill on the Lapras. Just misses it and takes them right on Unite to the face, getting them, unfortunately, killed for a little bit of time. 1 minute 50 until Rayquaza, and no objectives up top. Machamp is just vibing. And we're seeing Machampions just getting their XP where they can. Schlorby is coming to steal some of it, though, getting some from Midnight Rain. The levels are relatively even, all things considered. And everyone's just congregated in the middle. Machampions guarding their top goal. And Schlorbius and Haley debating if they can get it. Haley's going in for it, which is very brave. Uses Unite to try and survive this, but is taken out in the end as 5 of the Machampions were ready to take them on. No objectives, just XP to go farm right now. The next objective would be down bottom, if any. Henny's just being a little gremlin. That's Henny's objective. Pikachu has teamed up with the rest of the Machampions other than Dragonite and Henny, who is just badgering them. They're doing a pushback on Midnight Rain, trying to keep them far away from this objective. It's on mobile too. So even if your Switch is broken, you can still play on mobile. Sometimes it's better on mobile. You might actually get frames when people use the Pikachu and Friends skin. Poor Schlorbius is being kept away by the Miraidon. Malice also not able to go and Rhino attacking his own teammates with the confusion. We're not sure if anyone's going to get this Regirock. 9 seconds to Rayquaza. Nobody really wants to get themselves knocked out. Yeah, I think Inteleon and stuff probably get it easier. And now I hear the Perish song. They're trying to keep them out. They're coming in from the top. Malice getting knocked up a little bit. Miraidon Unite just trying to clear through. 2 of Midnight Rain are now out. Miraidon zapping through. 3 of Midnight Rain down. Schlorbius going and Professor Malice are the only ones that left, but 2 of the champions there. Potentially Malice can get through it. But that is a terrifying task when there is a Miraidon keeping you at bay. Cinderace and Snorlax the only ones up now from Midnight Rain. Are they going to be able to come in and take a steal? It looks like they're able to kill. Machampion's in the lead right now with 309 points. Machamp's going in. He's trying his best. He's punching like there's no tomorrow with Snorlax. It's the Gym Bros lane. Midnight Rain are having a hard time getting anywhere with this Rayquaza. Back capping going on from Henny in the back bottom there. Another bunch of points across for Machampions. Malice trying to go in and clear it out. Haley getting taken out. Pikachu with a stun. 5 of them clear. It's just 1 Machamp against a big team of Machampions. He hasn't passed the tryouts and gone. He's submissioning in. He Unite punches in, taking out 1 of them. Submission and going for another punch, but he's getting stunned by a Pikachu, and we all know stunning is bad. Snorlax is their only hope now. Rayquaza's still looking pretty healthy, honestly, right now. No real point for Machampions to go, and Midnight Rain are taking that as they're good. They're Gucci. They're Gucci, fam. Meaning Machampions are grabbing a win and earning their points. Machampions earned their point. Meaning that, with that, that means the current scores go to Machampions, Venoshock, Phantastic Academy, and Skysliders all on 1 point, with Shadowhands on 2 points. Shadowhands, being last season's winners, are able to get themselves some more points. And Midnight Rain, don't ever feel bad about using subs. We all do it. We're a community. We all just want to have fun. We all work together. It's the way it works here at the Hound Pound. We're a community. We help each other out. That's what we do. That's the game plan.